Everyone dreams of visiting Japan for its neon-lit Tokyo streets, majestic Mount Fuji, and breathtaking cherry blossoms. But what if I told you that beyond the famous tourist spots lies a side of Japan that only a few travelers ever experience? Today, I'm taking you on a journey to discover 8 hidden gems in Japan you must visit in 2025, places where tradition meets mystery, where nature whispers ancient stories, and where you'll see a Japan that guidebooks rarely reveal. So grab your passport, hit that like button, and let's dive into Japan's best-kept secrets. 1. Kanazawa, the Little Kyoto. Tucked gracefully along the coast of the Sea of Japan lies a city that feels like it was designed for travelers who crave coast of the Sea of Japan. Welcome to Kanazawa, lovingly nicknamed Little Kyoto, and once you set foot here, you'll understand exactly why. Picture this: cobblestone streets where the footsteps of samurai once echoed, wooden tea houses glowing softly in the evening light, and quiet canals reflecting rows of perfectly preserved Edo period buildings. Unlike Kyoto, which draws millions of tourists every year, Kanazawa remains refreshingly uncrowded. It's as if time slowed down here, allowing its old-world charm to breathe and flourish. Start your journey in Kenroku Garden, often ranked as one of the top 3 most beautiful gardens in all of Japan. Every season transforms this garden into a living painting: delicate cherry blossoms in spring, lush green canopies in summer, fiery red maples in autumn, and graceful snow-covered pines in winter. Take a slow walk across stone bridges, listen to the soft trickle of streams, and don't miss the iconic Kotoji lantern, whose reflection in the pond is pure postcard perfection. Next, wander through the Nagamachi Samurai District, where narrow lanes lead you past earthen walls and preserved samurai residences. Step inside a former samurai home to see tatami rooms, secret gardens, and artifacts that whisper stories of honor and discipline from centuries past. For a taste of Kanazawa's artistic soul, head to the Higashi-Chiya District. This is where geisha once entertained wealthy merchants, and today, the district still radiates quiet elegance. Duck into a traditional tea house for a matcha ceremony, or sample Kanazawa's famous gold leaf ice cream, yes, an entire scoop of creamy vanilla wrapped in real edible gold. Kanazawa produces over 99% of Japan's gold leaf, and this luxurious treat is the perfect way to taste a piece of the city's heritage. And if you're a fan of contemporary art, the 21st Century Museum of Modern Art offers a fascinating contrast to all the tradition. Its interactive exhibits and striking architecture prove that Kanazawa isn't just frozen in time, it's a city that embraces the future while honoring its past. Whether you spend your day sipping tea in a centuries-old geisha house, strolling through one of Japan's most exquisite gardens, or indulging in golden desserts, Kanazawa gives you the beauty of Kyoto without the crowds. It's a place where history, art, and quiet elegance come together, inviting you to slow down and experience Japan in its most authentic form. Two. Yakushima Island, the land of ancient forests. Leaving the bustling mainland behind, we travel south to a subtropical jewel floating in the warm waters of Kagoshima Prefecture, Yakushima Island. As the ferry approaches, mist-covered mountains rise dramatically from the sea, hinting at the primeval world waiting within. Yakushima is a living time capsule, home to yakusugi, giant cedar trees that have stood here for thousands of years. Some, like the legendary Jomen Sugi, are estimated to be over 7,000 years old, making them older than the pyramids of Giza. Walk beneath their towering trunks and you'll feel like you've stepped into another era, one where nature reigns supreme and human time barely matters. The island's trails lead through emerald corridors of moss, where tiny streams sparkle in filtered sunlight. Along the way, countless waterfalls tumble down from the mountains, some gentle and whispering, others powerful enough to fill the air with a constant roar. Each step feels like entering a dreamscape, with the scent of damp earth and cedar filling the air. Yakushima isn't just a forest, it's alive with curious wildlife. Watch for wild Yakushima macaques grooming each other on tree branches, or gentle Yakushika deer grazing quietly along the paths. These animals roam freely, unbothered by visitors, offering intimate glimpses of a balanced ecosystem that has thrived for millennia. If these landscapes feel strangely familiar, that's because they inspired the mystical forests of Studio Ghibli's beloved film Princess Mononoke. Standing here, with mist curling around ancient trees and the soft rush of waterfalls echoing through the valley, it's easy to see why animators chose Yakushima as their muse. Whether you're hiking a full day to reach Jomonsugi, soaking in natural hot springs along the coast, or simply pausing to listen to the rhythm of dripping water and birdsong, Yakushima invites you to reconnect with the earth. Here, you don't just visit nature, you become part of it. From its ancient cedar guardians to its untamed waterfalls, Yakushima is more than a destination, it's a reminder of how wild and timeless Japan truly is. Our journey continues, but the whispers of this island will stay with you forever. 3. Inner Fishing Village, Kyoto's secret waterfront. Most travelers flock to Kyoto's grand temples and bustling markets, but only a few ever wander far enough to discover Inner, a quiet fishing village that feels like a secret carefully kept by the sea. Just a 2-hour trip from Kyoto, this tranquil hideaway rests along the northern coast of the Tango Peninsula, where forested hills meet a perfectly sheltered bay. What makes Inner so enchanting are its fanaya, traditional wooden boathouses that seem to float right on the water. Each structure is a graceful blend of home and harbor. The first floor serves as a private dock where fishing boats glide in and out with the tide, while the second floor is a cozy living space with windows overlooking the calm blue bay. From a distance, these rows of fanaya look like something from an old watercolor painting, their weathered wooden walls reflecting softly on the rippling surface below. Life here moves at a gentle rhythm set by the tides. Fishermen mend their nets in the morning light while seabirds glide lazily overhead. The salty breeze carries the faint sound of waves lapping against the stilts, mingling with the occasional chatter of neighbors exchanging the day's catch. There are no loud tour buses, no neon signs, only the soothing melody of water and wood. Visitors can spend the night in a converted fanaya, an experience that feels both intimate and otherworldly. Imagine sliding open a shoji door at dawn and stepping onto a private balcony where the sea stretches out in shades of silver and gold. As the sun rises, the bay glows with soft light and the reflections of the boathouses shimmer like liquid glass. Your morning might begin with a simple breakfast of freshly grilled fish caught just hours before, accompanied by steaming rice and locally brewed miso soup, a taste of the ocean itself. During the day, take a leisurely boat ride around the bay to admire the fanaya from the water, where their elegance is fully revealed. Some locals offer guided tours that share stories of families who have lived here for generations, their lives shaped by fishing seasons and changing tides. Others welcome visitors into small seaside cafes where you can savor Inner's renowned seafood, plump oysters, sweet shrimp, and delicate slices of sashimi so fresh they practically melt on your tongue. Inner is more than just a scenic stop, it is a living testament to Japan's deep connection with the sea. It invites you to slow down, breathe deeply, and experience a way of life that has endured for centuries, quietly waiting for those curious enough to find it. 4. Shodoshima, Japan's Olive Island. Shodoshima is an island where Japanese tradition meets Mediterranean charm in the most unexpected way. Floating peacefully in the Seto Inland Sea between Honshu and Shikoku, Shodoshima is a lush, sun-drenched escape known for two things that rarely share the same map: ancient soy sauce breweries and rolling olive groves. The story of Shodoshima's olives began over a century ago, when a small group of farmers experimented with planting Mediterranean olive trees in Japan's mild coastal climate. Against all odds, the trees thrived, transforming the island into a fragrant patchwork of silver-green leaves that shimmer in the sunlight. Today, the gentle hills are covered with endless olive fields, and the salty breeze carries the sweet, herbal scent of ripening fruit. Strolling through these groves feels like stepping into southern Europe, yet Mount Kankaki's dramatic cliffs rising in the distance leave no doubt that you're still in Japan. Visitors can explore the Shodoshima Olive Park, where winding paths lead past windmills, hillside gardens, and cozy cafes serving olive-inspired treats. One must-try is the famous olive oil ice cream, a creamy blend of rich vanilla and the delicate, fruity flavor of freshly pressed olive oil. It sounds unusual at first bite but quickly becomes addictive, a perfect symbol of the island's ability to blend cultures in the most delightful ways. In autumn, the gorge becomes a fiery wonderland of red and gold maple leaves, creating one of the most spectacular fall scenes in western Japan. Evenings on Shodoshima are equally enchanting. It's a setting that invites you to slow down, breathe deeply, and savor the quiet beauty of an island that feels both Japanese and Mediterranean, ancient and modern, all at once. Shodoshima proves that Japan's magic isn't limited to temples and cherry blossoms. 5. Tottori Sand Dunes, Japan's desert surprise. Imagine stepping off a train in Japan and suddenly finding yourself in a desert, a vast, golden sea of rolling sand that looks like it belongs in North Africa or the Middle East. Welcome to the Tottori Sand Dunes, one of Japan's most unexpected natural wonders. Stretching along the coast of the Sea of Japan for over 16 kilometers and reaching heights of up to 50 meters, these dunes were sculpted over thousands of years by strong coastal winds and shifting tides, creating a breathtaking landscape unlike anywhere else in the country. Walking across the dunes is like entering another world. The sand beneath your feet shifts softly with each step, and as you climb the taller ridges, the scenery unfolds into sweeping waves of golden hills that stretch all the way to the sparkling blue sea. It's a rare chance to experience a true desert-like environment while still being just a few hours from Japan's bustling cities. The Tottori Sand Dunes are more than just a pretty view, they're also an adventure playground. Thrill seekers can try sandboarding, which feels like snowboarding but on warm, powdery sand. Camel rides offer a taste of Middle Eastern charm, complete with photo-worthy moments as you ride across the undulating dunes under the wide-open sky. For an even more surreal experience, head there at sunset. It's a magical moment of quiet beauty, a photographer's dream and a memory that stays long after you leave. Nearby, the Sand Museum adds a unique cultural twist to your visit. This one-of-a-kind gallery features massive, intricately carved sand sculptures created by world-renowned artists. Each year brings a different theme. Past exhibits have included everything from ancient civilizations to famous global landmarks, making every visit a new experience. Whether you're seeking an adrenaline rush, a peaceful sunset walk, or a chance to marvel at giant works of art made entirely of sand, the Tottori Sand Dunes deliver a side of Japan that feels almost impossible. It's a place where nature, art, and adventure collide, proving once again that Japan is full of surprises waiting to be discovered. 6. Kamakochi, the Japanese Alps. If Japan's cities are electric and fast-paced, Kamakochi is the perfect antidote, a serene alpine paradise tucked high in the heart of the northern Japanese Alps. Located in Nagano Prefecture and accessible only during the warmer months, from late April to mid-November, this pristine highland valley sits at an elevation of around 1,500 meters, where crisp mountain air and unspoiled wilderness create an atmosphere of pure magic. As soon as you arrive, the world slows down. The first thing you'll notice is the sound of the Azusa River, a shimmering turquoise ribbon fed by melting snow from the surrounding peaks. Its waters are so crystal clear that you can see every smooth pebble on the riverbed, and the surface mirrors the towering mountains like a perfect glass painting. Snow-capped giants such as Mount Hitaka and Mount Yakadake rise dramatically into the sky, their rugged peaks reflected in the calm river below. It's the kind of scenery that feels almost too beautiful to be real, a natural masterpiece carefully guarded by Japan's commitment to preservation. One of the most iconic sights in Kamakochi is the Kappa Bridge, a graceful wooden suspension bridge that spans the Azusa River. Standing on the bridge, you're surrounded by breathtaking 360-degree views of the Alps, with the sound of rushing water beneath your feet and crisp alpine winds brushing against your face. It's the perfect spot to pause, breathe deeply, and soak in the kind of tranquility that urban Japan rarely allows. The valley is a paradise for hikers of all levels. For an easy stroll, follow the flat Taisho Pond Trail, where early morning mist hovers over still waters and dead trees rise like sculptures, creating a mysterious, dreamlike atmosphere. More adventurous travelers can trek deeper into the mountains toward Myojin Pond, a sacred site surrounded by dense forests and believed to house mountain deities. For seasoned hikers, multi-day routes lead to the higher peaks, offering challenging climbs and unforgettable sunrise views above a sea of clouds. Kamakochi's wildlife adds another layer of wonder. Look closely and you might spot playful Japanese macaques warming themselves in the morning sun, or a troop of nimble kamishika, Japanese serows, moving gracefully along the rocky slopes. Birdsong echoes through the forests, and in spring and summer, the valley floor comes alive with colorful wildflowers carpeting the meadows. What makes Kamakochi truly special is its sense of untouched purity. Private cars are banned inside the valley to protect its fragile ecosystem, so visitors arrive by shuttle bus or taxi, ensuring the air stays clean and the trails remain peaceful. The result is a landscape that feels almost frozen in time, a place where you can walk for hours and hear nothing but the rustle of leaves, the murmur of rivers, and the distant call of mountain birds. Whether you come for a gentle riverside walk, a challenging alpine climb, or simply to stand in awe of Japan's raw natural beauty, Kamakochi rewards you with a deep, calming sense of connection to the earth. It's a reminder that Japan's greatest treasures aren't always found in neon-lit streets or ancient temples. Sometimes, they're hidden in the silence of the mountains, waiting for those willing to slow down and breathe in the wild. 7. Takachiho Gorge, Mythical Beauty. Deep in the heart of Miyazaki Prefecture on Kyushu Island lies a place so breathtaking that it feels like it belongs to another world. This is Takachiho Gorge, a narrow, mystical ravine carved by the Gakase River over thousands of years. According to Japanese mythology, Takachiho is where the gods themselves first descended from the heavens to shape the world. It's said that this is the sacred ground where the sun goddess Amaterasu hid herself in a cave, plunging the world into darkness until the other deities lured her back with music and dance. The best way to experience Takachiho Gorge is by rowing directly through its heart. As you glide across the emerald green waters of the Gakase River, sheer basalt walls rise like cathedral pillars on either side, dripping with lush ferns and moss. Waterfalls tumble gracefully from the cliffs above, the most famous being the Manai Falls, a 17-meter cascade that plunges into the river with a soft, misty roar. From a boat, you can feel the spray on your face as sunlight filters through the canopy, creating shifting patterns of gold and green on the water's surface. In spring, cherry blossoms flutter gently over the water, their pink petals floating like delicate confetti. Summer brings lush, vibrant greens that make the river glow like liquid jade. In autumn, fiery red and orange maple leaves ignite the cliffs in a blaze of color, reflecting in the calm river like a living painting. Even winter has its quiet charm, when a light frost settles on the rocks and the crisp air amplifies the sound of the waterfalls. For those who prefer to stay on land, a walking path runs along the edge of the gorge, offering spectacular viewpoints from above. The trail is gentle and accessible, making it perfect for a leisurely stroll while taking in the sights and sounds of this sacred landscape. No visit is complete without exploring Takachiho Shrine, a centuries-old Shinto sanctuary hidden among ancient cedar trees nearby. Here, traditional Yokogura dances are performed to reenact the myth of the sun goddess Amaterasu, accompanied by drums and haunting flute music that echo through the night. Watching the dance's slow, deliberate movements feels like stepping back in time to an age when gods and humans shared the same earth. Takachiho Gorge is more than a destination, it's a journey into the soul of Japan. Whether you're paddling beneath cascading waterfalls, tracing the footsteps of deities, or simply standing still to absorb the tranquil beauty, this sacred gorge leaves an imprint on the heart that lingers long after you've left its moss-covered walls behind. 8. Hirosaki, the cherry blossom secret. When most travelers think of cherry blossom season in Japan, names like Tokyo, Kyoto, or Osaka immediately come to mind. But far to the north, in the peaceful prefecture of Aomori, lies a place where the magic of sakura feels even more intimate and breathtaking. At the heart of this spectacle is Hirosaki Castle Park, one of Japan's most celebrated yet surprisingly underrated cherry blossom destinations. Built around a perfectly preserved 17th-century castle, the park bursts into life every April and May with over 2,500 cherry trees in full bloom. Unlike the tightly packed parks of Tokyo or the bustling riverbanks of Kyoto, Hirosaki offers wide-open moats, sweeping lawns, and tranquil pathways where visitors can wander without feeling rushed or crowded. It's a serene alternative that allows you to truly soak in the fleeting magic of the season. Stroll beneath the Sakura Tunnel, a dreamy walkway where cherry branches arch overhead to form a perfect pink canopy. Along the outer moats, the castle's elegant white walls and dark rooftops reflect in waters blanketed with fallen petals, a breathtaking sight known as the petal raft, where the entire surface of the moat turns into a floating carpet of pink. Early mornings are especially enchanting, when soft mist hovers over the water and the rising sun sets the blossoms aglow in shades of rose and gold. Hirosaki Castle itself adds a layer of history to the natural beauty. Originally constructed in 1611, it is one of the few remaining castles in Japan that still retains its original keep. Visitors can climb inside to admire the traditional wooden interiors and gaze out from the top for panoramic views of the entire park, framed by a horizon of distant mountains still capped with late spring snow. The contrast of pink blossoms, blue sky, and snowy peaks creates one of the most striking seasonal scenes in all of Japan. The Hirosaki Cherry Blossom Festival, held every year from late April to early May, brings the park to life with local food stalls, evening illuminations, and lively performances. Couples stroll hand in hand, families share picnics under the trees, and musicians fill the air with soft melodies, creating a warm, joyful atmosphere that feels both festive and deeply peaceful. But Hirosaki's charm doesn't end with the festival. The city is also home to a rich cultural heritage, from its well-preserved samurai district with traditional Edo period homes to cozy cafes serving regional treats like apple pies. Aomori is famous for its apples, and local bakers infuse them into everything from pastries to cider. Unlike Tokyo's crowded parks, Hirosaki rewards those willing to venture off the usual tourist path. For anyone seeking a truly unforgettable Hanami experience, Hirosaki isn't just a hidden gem, it's the cherry blossom dream you'll never forget. From ancient cedar forests to floating flower gardens, Japan is full of surprises waiting for you in 2025. Which of these hidden gems would you visit first? Drop your answer in the comments, I'd love to hear your travel plans. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more incredible destinations from around the world. Until next time, sayonara, and happy travels.